get this newsletter out of the way. You know which one, right? The favorite one. What is going on? Right. Okay. So what is going on in the business of this of being a whatchamacallit, informed, inquiring minds wants to know, right? What is going on? Don't forget your winter break begins Saturday, December 19th. That means next Friday is your last day of the block. Okay. This block, that is when your practical is due. And the classes resume Monday, January 4th, not the 5th, not the 6th, not the 7th, that Monday, right? So I hope everybody has a safe break, right? You guys play safe and don't get sick and don't play too hard. Work hard, but don't play too hard, okay? So coming around December 9th, which is, Wednesday, okay? Award-winning chef Andre Natera will be taking part of the live Zoom experience with our school this Wednesday at 6 p.m. If you guys want to sign up and see what he's got to say, he's recognized one of the best chefs in Austin. Natera currently serves as the executive chef and culinary director of the Fairmont in Austin Hotel, the largest luxury hotel in Texas. The Fairmont Austin has 5 restaurants that he oversees. 5. We are very excited to be able to present this amazing online event. Please join us as Chef Natera discusses seasonality, local sourcing, kitchen discipline, leadership, creativity, and popularity of current food scenes around the country, as well as his philosophy on the craft of cooking. We will close out with the experience with an engaging questions session, okay? So that's this Wednesday at, they got to contradict it here. It says 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, okay? So 5 p.m., you guys are interested in attending that event, see what it's got to say. I'm getting the other class going on, okay? So anyways, I'll share the link with you guys. Let me see if I can pop the link here, okay? Okay, I don't know if have you guys received that email from Chef Robin about this event? No? I'll forward it to you guys, right? You guys are interested in attending that event, okay? And again, that's a winter break, okay? Next year's calendar. Again, hopefully you guys will be getting this newsletter again in your next block, so you can be up to date when you're not going to be in class or when we're going to have days off, okay? Some local resources if you need assistance for utilities, rental, mortgage, food assistance, mental, flu vaccine, and COVID-19 testing, okay? Some resources are available out there, guys, okay? And again, cool website if you're having some mental issues, okay? Happen to have a loss of a loved one, there's a good website, okay? And again, you should be having no more issues with your stipend and or your mobile one. This is already your second block in the kitchen, so you should be all squared away. But if you do, that's who to contact, okay? Again, you should be having no issues with your portal. That's Zendesk number and email address coming up, okay? Again, how to protect yourself according to the CDC guidelines, okay? Using bleach, you know this to folks, right? Featured employers, Central Texas Food Bank is in need of a line chef located at 6500 Metropolis Boulevard. Position reports to Chef Kimberly Carter, K. Carter at centraltexasfoodbank.org. And it's a Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., no late nights. That is the website. The Central Food Bank, when I first heard about it, I thought it was a soup kitchen, but it's not. Oh, man. It is literally state-of-the-art place. It's like being in a candy store. All the brand new, latest equipment in the kitchen, very nice, very clean, very good structure, organizations, and they do a heck of a great job in that place. Okay, so if anybody's interested. Abba is a Mediterranean restaurant originating from Chicago's historic Fulton Market District, located in Austin, 101 South Congress. Abba is looking to fill several career positions. Visit AbbaRestaurants.com to learn more about their menu and to apply for positions. Culinary Agents, just a search engine. Okay. Some more additional opportunities. Way South Philly Deli, Burnett Road. Burnett is looking for a cashier, sandwich builder, grill cook. WaySouthPhilly.com. Second Bar Plus Kitchen. It's on Palm Way here in Austin. Has openings for a line cook, AM or PM. Visit sbkdomain.com or apply online. Yeah, I had a couple of students who was working there and they really loved it, really liked it a lot. Tiny Boxwood Austin's is hiring PM pastry cook, PM cook, and dishwasher. Go to their website, www.tinyboxwoods.com. And again, Ramen Tatsuya, East Austin is looking for a line cook. They do an awesome job too, okay? Dry storage is always in need of some helpers. So you guys interested, go contact Chef Raph or Stan, okay? What else? Here is Chef John's recipe for bacon. You might have him for farm to table. He only teaches farm to table, okay? Chef John, we met in, what is it, 2013? I think 2013, we met in Kansas City, Missouri. That's where he was working at. He was working at when we first crossed paths, okay? And then he moved on to here to Texas to teach. Anyway, Chef John, he's got several degrees, okay? He's got a recipe for bacon, 5 pounds of pork belly, skinless, 2.5 tablespoons of kosher salt, pink salt, asterisk, not Himalayan pink salt. Use sodium nitrate, also called Instacure. They need that for bacon. Okay, pepper, brown sugar, maple syrup, and a cup of water. I co-taught farm to table with Chef John. We had a class of about 25 students or so, and they kicked butt. Anyway, Chef John is very intellectual in the farm to table class. Again, he's got several degrees, so his mind is, you got to pry the information away from him because he will not share it, not like me or Chef Pablo. He keeps it locked up, so you got to ask him, okay? And again, you will probably have him from the table class, okay? Chef John. What else? Quote of the week, believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside of you that is greater than any other obstacle, okay? Quote of the week. Just for fun. Pumpkin Spikes Latte. Sonic the Hedgehog is coming to HBO Max soon. I know Epix on cable now. Trivia. What is the height for the tallest chocolate Christmas tree ever created? 17 feet, 32 feet, 5 feet, or 28 feet? Anyone?
$32 feet.
32 feet, going once. Anyone else?
I'll say 28 feet.
28 feet, 32 and 28 feet. Anyone else? Come on, roll the dice. 7-11, right? Lay some bones. No? 32, 28. No takers? I know it's Monday, but really, geez. All right. The highest for the tall, I mean, the height for the tallest chocolate Christmas tree ever created. And the answer is, you got it right, 32 feet. 32 feet. In 2010, Patrick Roger created a record-breaking 32-foot high Christmas tree made out of chocolate, which stood 10 feet higher than the previous record. It weighed 4 tons and took a whole month to make. The project, which cost $45,000, was done for a charity, and pieces were auctioned off for the proceeds were donated. Imagine the amount of chocolate had to be tempered. Remember tempering chocolate? Imagine the mess, piece by piece, layer by layer, right? So, yeah, 10 feet higher and 4 tons of chocolate. That is your Newsweek letter for the newsletter for the week. Good info, right? That's a lot of chocolate. Holy Moses, right? So that is your newsletter for the week. Okay. Let's get down to business. Let me see if I can next out of this screen right here. Okay. So we began. Let's pick up where we left off last week about canapes. I'm going to skip to the menu because we already talked about canapes quite often, right? So canapes are bite size, 1 to 2 bites, maybe 3 to 4 items on top of each other. And the base has got to be a bread or a crostini. And the spread can be either whipped butter or mayonnaise on this section. Okay, so let's go with the menu for Tuesday. Okay, for tomorrow. Come on. Okay. You can't see that one, but anyways, your menu for tomorrow is caper aioli, double eggs with bacon. Okay, blinis with smoked salmon. You guys know what blinis are? Blinis, little pancakes, still of a dollar size, made out of buckwheat flour. I went to the store, couldn't find them, but I think I have some in my pantry. Well, Walmart didn't have it. I didn't go to HEB. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. Okay. So blinis with smoked salmon. That is your gravlax that you made on last week. Okay. With a little bit of caper aioli and some fine herbs on top. And baguette, you already have it from last week. Remember that? So we're going to take it out and make crostinis. You're going to top it with smoked salmon and some of that homemade ricotta and lemon zest. Okay. That is your menu for tomorrow. Okay. Double eggs with bacon. Blinis with smoked salmon, caper aiolis, fine herbs, baguettes, crostinis with smoked salmon, and homemade ricotta and lemon zest. So when you do canapes tomorrow, it's all about the presentation. So you got to line them up like in the military, nice uniform, okay? About an inch and a half, 2 inches separate from each other because they're finger food. You got to be able to pick them up with your fingers so they can be touching each other, right? So canapes tomorrow. My suggestion would be for you guys when you do your double eggs, don't cut them horizontal. Cut them. Don't cut them vertically. Cut them horizontal, like you see the bottom picture right here. Okay, it gives them more height. It gives them more height, and you can pop the egg yolk in it. Now the egg yolk, you can whip it up and mix it with some cream cheese. Better. If you mix it with mayonnaise, it's gonna. If you mix it with cream cheese, if you have any, you're gonna be able to pipe it and give it more height to the egg. Okay. And again, it's about presentation. Remember we talked about it last week. Presentation is key on the canapes. Platters, tray, mirrors, or marble. Clean, clean, clean. No fingerprints, smudges. Very nice display. Pattern pleasing to the eyes. Flows toward the guest. Centerpiece adds interest. Full but not cluttered. Levels of height, visual excitement. Simple and clean is best. So that's what you're looking for your canapes tomorrow. Okay. Remember those bullet points. I will try to load up this slide on the portal today, so you guys can go back and refer to it. But presentation is key for your canapes. Okay. Make them high end. Okay. And again, that is your menu for tomorrow. Okay. Any thoughts about tomorrow? No? Anyone? All right. So tomorrow, 22. Okay, let's go with 8:22. Okay. Wednesday, sandwiches, 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 sandwiches. We're going to go into the world of sandwiches. Okay. Sandwiches. Here we go. Sandwiches. Okay. A little history of sandwiches. You believe that Americans eat more than 300 million sandwiches a day? That's right. Every day we consume about as many sandwiches as we have people to eat them. Why not? We got Schlotzsky's, serious funny name, serious sandwich, Jersey Mike's, Panera Bread, right? What else we have out there? Subway. Anyways, we consume as much sandwiches as we have people to eat them. Sandwich might be the perfect food, portable, open to any interpretation, and as simple as elaborate as the food as mood permits. The sandwich has a long history, but it hasn't always been as embraced as in America as it is now. It is hard to imagine, but the sandwich was once thought of a symbol of colonial past, and most patriotic Americans want to forget. Even a French dip, po' boy sandwich, a meatball sandwich, parm sandwich, any kind of sandwich. The sandwich, as we know, it was popularized in England, 1762, by John Montagu, the fourth Earl of Sandwich. Yes, he was the fourth Earl of Sandwich. Legend has it, and most food historians agree, that Montagu had a substantial gambling problem that led him to spend hours on end on the card table. During a particular long binge, he asked the house cook to bring him something he could eat without getting up from his seat. And the sandwich was born. Montagu enjoyed his meat and bread so much that he ate it constantly. And as the concoction grew popular in London, society circles it also took to Earl's name. Okay, that's where the sandwich began. That's when it was created, 1762, by John Montagu, the fourth Earl of Sandwich. He had a serious addiction to gambling. Okay. Of course, John Montagu, or rather his nameless cook, was hardly the first person to think of putting fillings between two slices of bread. In fact, we know exactly where Montagu first got the idea of his creation. Montagu traveled aboard the Mediterranean, where Turkish and Greek messes platters were served. Dips, cheeses, and meats were all sandwiched between in the layers of bread. In all likelihood, Montagu took his inspiration from this, and when he sat down at the card table, again, you get the pita bread, you get the shawarma, all kinds of goodies. Montagu's creation took off immediately. Just a few months later, a man named Edward Gibbon mentioned the sandwich by name in a daring entry, writing that he'd seen 20 or 30 of his first men of the kingdom in a restaurant eating them. By the Revolutionary War, the sandwich was well established in England. You would expect American colonists to have taken the sandwich as well, but there was no nearly written record of them in the new country at all, until the sandwich recipe didn't appear in the American cookbook until 1815. 1815 has been around here in the States. Okay. Why would this creation go unsung for the nation for so long? It seems that early Americans cooks tended to avoid culinary trends from the former ruling state. And the name sandwich itself comes from the British peerage system, something that most Americans wanted to forget. One memory faded, the sandwich appeared. The most popular version wasn't ham or turkey, but tongue, like tongue tacos. Imagine eating a sandwich of tongue. You guys ever had tongue before? Oh, it's kind of rubbery. It doesn't have really a different flavor that is off-putting. It is kind of like, it's kind of rubbery, and it's good. You chop it up. But of course, most Americans today won't dream of eating a tongue sandwich, right? Maybe tongue tacos. But that's okay, since we've come up with some pretty excellent sandwich ideas since then. The iconic New Orleans sandwich, the po' boy, came out of the Great Depression during the streetcar workers' strike. Two brothers, once streetcar operators themselves, owned a sandwich shop nearby and promised to feed any down on his luck striking worker for free. When a hungry striker walked into the shop, the clerks would yell, "Here comes another po' boy." Get it? Po' boy? And the name stuck. That school lunch staple, Sloppy Joe, came in about around the same time. The innovation of a short order diner cook named you guessed it, Joe. So Sloppy Joe. Joe was very sloppy. And the Reuben, that decidedly unkosher treat of corned beef, Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut appeared in New York's Cedar Deli, but in Omaha, Nebraska, named after one of the participants in the weekly poker game that took place in a hotel. The creation really took off when the hotel owner featured on the dinner menu. It later won a nationwide recipe contest, and the rest is history. There was a restaurant here on West 6th Street called Katz's Deli, New York delicatessen. Man, you could go in at 2 o'clock in the morning because it never closed, and just grab a bowl of matzo ball soup. Oh man. The Reuben sandwich, it was like pot high with corned beef, rye bread, some Russian dressing. Oh man, it was delish. I had the same sandwich in New York when I went there, when I lived there at the Carnegie Deli, what is it, 7th Avenue between 54 and 55th Street. They closed several years ago. But man, you could get 2 pounds of corned beef between 2 slices of bread, and that was always packed. You had to wait in line to get in. Anyways, Reuben sandwiches. Man, oh man, love some Reuben sandwiches. So sandwiches, something we're very familiar with, right? You all know sandwiches, right? PB&J, bologna mayonnaise, mustard, right? Capicola, and so forth, so on, right? Uses imagination and creativity. Great menu additions, especially for lunch. Lunch customers are return customers. Okay, so if you're gonna have a lunch menu, make sure you pop in a sandwich on the menu. Components, you got your bread, spread, one more fillings. Sound familiar, right? What about the panini sandwich, right? Little George four-man grill, press it down, you got a panini sandwich, right? Bread, so many choices for bread, so many choices. Adds flavor, texture, nutrition, color, and appearance. You can have rolls, whole grain, savory, herb, biscuits, bagels, croissants, fruit nut breads, flatbreads, naan, pita, tortilla, focaccia, lavash, right? Think about biscuits, right? Biscuits, Mickey D's, egg McMuffin, right? It's a sandwich. Think about bagels. Bagels, cream cheese, and lox. Bagels and lox, right? Grub lox. Croissants. I used to sell a club sandwich with croissant instead of white bread. Man, it was selling left and right. Okay. Even fruit and nut breads can be done too. Flatbreads. Man, oh man. Okay. Special spreads adds flavor, moisture, and richness. You can do mayonnaise, you can do aioli, you can do sriracha, you can do cream cheese, you can do butter, you can do all kinds of things with the bread that on the spread. And again, types of three main types of spreads. You got butter, compound butter, which is butter whipped with the minced shallots, some herbs, some white wine, lemon juice, whatever else you want to make it. Mayonnaise, vegetable purees. Maybe grind some lentils, puree them, and put them on top after they cook. Okay. Roasted peppers. What about hummus? Hummus among us. That can also be a nice little spread, right? On a little pita bread. Need a moisture barrier? No, nut butters, spread or filling. Even nut butters too, okay? Fillings, the body of the sandwich. Cold fillings, cooked ahead. Turkey, roast beef, ham, right? Cold cuts, grilled meats, properly chilled. Even a sandwich bar. When you go down Subway restaurant, they have a sandwich bar. That's a guy, the person behind the bar, making your sandwich. Okay. Prepped items: lettuce pre-cut, cheese, tomatoes, onions, condiments, garniture. Okay. Even if it's even a fried catfish sandwich. Oh man, oh man. Fillings, hot fillings, right? Cooked to order. What about a chicken fried steak sandwich? Have you had one of those? On a nice hoagie bun, a baguette. Hamburger is a sandwich, right? Fried seafood, right? Hell hot. What about roast beef? Jus, meatballs. Made on the line rather than cold side. Open face or close. What about triple decker club sandwich? One of my favorite places that I used to go out was Jim's restaurant for the original. It was on Oak Hill, Southwest Austin, right close to the Y, 71 and 290. And I used to get the club sandwich with a cup of tortilla soup. And once I moved here, I was going up to research over there by Burnett and 183. Same sandwich, same cup of tortilla. Didn't even bother to look at the menu. Just give me the triple decker club, ham and turkey, and then a cup of tortilla. Man, I was like done. Okay. Open faced, simple meats. Simple means so that the top is not placed directly in the sandwich. Customer can choose the condiments. Close. What about the opposite? A complete sandwich, traditional, 2 pieces of bread. What about a wrap? Right, multi layers of bread. Club sandwich. Typically cut in quarters and turn up to show filling with toothpicks. You ever grab order a club sandwich? You get your square bread, right? And they cut it in necks, and they cut them into 4 pieces, and they turn them in to put it in a little skewer, so they elongate it, and they put one here, one like that, stack against each other. More of a presentation. Okay. Garniture. It all depends on the style of the establishment. Higher in places, maybe a side salad. Sometimes they do a fruit cup. maybe exotic fries. I was talking last Friday. One of the students and foundations accidentally battered and fried his potatoes for his bourbon pecan chicken. I mean, bourbon glazed chicken. You know how we did potatoes, roasted potatoes in the mushroom cut, right? He actually tornaded the potato, battered it in what you call tempura, and fried it. Man, it looked good. And I was telling him, Hyde Park Bar and Grill here in Lavaca, the original location that has a big old giant fork in the front, has the best French fries in town, from what I've seen and what I've eaten. Their French fries are battered and fried. Oh man, the nice and crispy, delicious French fries. Anyways, French fries, right? Um, paper wrapped, dressed up. I used to sell a Philly cheesesteak sandwich a while ago. We used to get a little wax paper that's about, what is it, 17 by 17 or 12 by 12. And it used to be a newspaper print. And we used to wrap the Philly cheesesteak sandwich because that parchment paper resembled the newspapers in New York City. What about the cafe, diner, sports bar? French fries, chips. It all depends on the time and day, maybe nighttime. Lunch is less formal. Early evening, either way, depending on the establishment. Maybe say it's a little bit upscale. Maybe you can advertise a New York strip steak sandwich. Okay. Mise en place for a sandwich bar. Freshness is key. Well stocked, backed up, right? Prepped as you go, organizations, refrigeration space, cleanliness, sanitation, breakdown, clean, sanitize, prep stock for the next shift. You ever worked at a place that has a cold garmages little side station, and you're in charge of that station, everything's cold, and you got all the condiments to make sandwiches on the fly, okay? So your menu for Wednesday, this is your menu for Wednesday. You have a cucumber cream cheese watercress sandwich. You're not going to find watercress. If you do, more power to you, but it's very hard to come by, okay? We are making tea sandwiches. Tea sandwiches are 2 to 3 bite size, okay? So cucumber, cream cheese sandwich. If you find watercress, yes. If you don't worry about it, because right now it should be coming to the season right now, okay? You're also going to make fresh pimento cheese. You need roasted red bell peppers to make this cheese and cheddar cheese, okay? So cucumber, cream cheese, and watercress sandwich. You're also going to make a pimento cheese sandwich, the one you see on the right-hand side, cut the triangle. You're going to make also goat cheese, sweet onion, sun-dried tomato sandwich. And you're going to make a white bread for the next couple of days, for day 22 and 23, okay? So you're making tea sandwiches Wednesday. Wednesday's all about tea sandwiches, 2 to 3 bites, okay? I had a wedding back in Missouri at the Chateau on the Lake in Branson, and the mother of the bride, they were the Hershon family, the ones that own, what is it, Silver Dollar City, and now the defunct Ride the Ducks that, sank and killed a lot of people. Anyways, before that, her daughter was getting married, and it was an 800-person wedding. And she didn't want no buffet. She didn't want no sit-down menu. The mom wanted a tea sandwich food in her daughter's wedding with scones. We had to do about 6 kinds of tasting so she could finally narrow down which sandwiches she wanted on her daughter's wedding and what kind of scones she wanted. Such a pain in the ass because they're so small. And for 800, you had to figure about 4 sandwiches per person, average. So 8 times 4, that was a lot of sandwiches to be made for her wedding. None of that, she brought in the centerpieces that were silver and they were like tiered for her sandwiches and her scones. Man, it was a pain in the ass. We had all the Thai interns, all the cooks, just busting out that menu for tea sandwiches. They are a pain in the butt. Okay, if you're going to do mass volume, we can do a couple, that's fine, but man, a lot. Okay, so anywho, cucumber, cream cheese, that's 1 sandwich. Pimento cheese, that's 2 sandwiches. And goat cheese, sweet onions, that's 3 sandwiches. You're also going to make white bread for the next day. Okay, lucky you, dynamic duo back there, one of the twins. You'll get the milk bread, nice loaf. Okay, so white bread for the next day. Okay, that is your menu for Wednesday. Okay, you got 3 sandwiches on Wednesday. Don't forget, okay? And they're small, 3 to 4 bite size. So the bottom right picture is a piece of bread. Actually, you have a square piece of bread, cut off the crust, and cut into 3 sections. 1, 2. So you got 3 pieces out of the 1 piece of bread. So you got 3 sandwiches out of 1, okay? And again, display is key, just like the canapes. Presentation is key for this day. You might want to have some tea, go for it, okay? With that day. I think I'm going to make some tea. I guess still got some of that white lion tea. Did I mention to you guys about tea? Who likes tea in this class? You like tea? No, yeah? Yeah, okay. If you like tea, white lion tea. It is a little bit expensive, but is the goal of tea world. It is made by women. It is made in the United States and is made only in Arizona, and is managed by own women, and is really, really good. I came across one time and by accident. I was looking for apple cider, and I was looking through the Cisco catalog, and I see this apple cider tea, so I ordered it. It came in a little plastic jar containers, like you buy the peanuts and cashews at Sam's at Costco, and it's about what is it, $45 a little canister. And those inside there are little sachets of tea. They have different kinds. Right now, they in season is apple cider, but they got hibiscus. They got all kinds of teas. And man, oh man, it's so good. I still have some that I order online through Amazon, but it's white lion tea, made and managed and sold by women only from Arizona. Okay, so white lion tea. Is anybody's interested? So that is your menu for Wednesday. Tea sandwiches. Got it? Tea sandwiches. Okay. Any questions on Wednesday? None? All right. Should be having tons of questions. Thursday, we are making more sandwiches. Okay. Thursday, we're making more sandwiches.
We're becoming sandwich connoisseurs.
Yes, we are. You're going to make croque monsieur, croque madame. Okay. Classic sandwiches. Little history about croque monsieur. The title croque monsieur comes to the croquer, or to bite, and monsieur meaning mister. Okay. Literally a gentleman's sandwich. First appeared in literature in the work by Proust, In Search of a Lost Time in 1918, but they have featured on the menus of Paris as early as 1910. Made of simple ingredients found in any French home bread, cheese and ham. The bread is usually a more sweet version of the normal bread, a bit like brioche. Okay. Sometimes it can be dipped in an egg before being grilled. Although many households make it just using normal sliced bread, it must always be white bread. So be warned, the dish is not particularly healthy or low fat. Okay. The cheese is normally Gruyere or Emmental, although often Comté is used, which is more of a ubiquitous French cheese and forms a staple of many French fridges. Cheese is normally placed on top as well as inside the sandwich, is then baked or fried so that the cheese melts and the bread becomes a little crusty. Back in Cali, and when I started, we used to have a croque madame, but it was a different variation of this one. It was a thick cut French toast bread, Texas toast bread. That was French. It was French toast. So you took the bread, Texas toast, batter and egg wash, cinnamon, vanilla, and then fry it like French toast. Cut it in half. Okay, so you have 2 pieces. So we did 2, so that's 4 pieces. So 1 piece of French toast, 1 piece of grilled breast of chicken, slice of avocado, Swiss cheese, another piece of French toast, chicken, avocado, Swiss cheese, and kept the layer in it. It was a California croque madame because it had avocado in it. Okay. So croque monsieur. Okay. Sometimes restaurants add a bechamel sauce to give it added flavor. You are going to be making a Mornay sauce. Okay. We are going to be making Mornay sauce. Bechamel forms the basis of many French sauces made of milk, fat, and flour. It is mixed together and poured over the top. Sometimes an egg is added on top, forming a croque madame. Okay, croque monsieur and croque madame, two different sandwiches. One has no egg, that's croque monsieur. Croque madame has the sunny side up egg on top. Okay. Croque madame, the name is supposed to relate to a woman's hat and became common in the 1960s. A croque mademoiselle is much rather vegetarian version, minus the ham and cucumber and chives. Same dish can be found in many other countries. In England, it's a toasty or Welsh rarebit. In the Netherlands, it's a toasty. In the US, they call it Monte Cristo. Have you guys ever heard of Monte Cristo? Right? You take the whole bread, batter, and deep fry that sucker, right? And it's so good. There was I think a restaurant here in Marble Falls. What is it, Blue Bonnet Cafe? And they had a Monte Cristo on the menu a while ago. Man, it was so good. Anyways, Monte Cristo or Catalonia, it is known as bikini. It's delicious, whatever the name is. Okay, so Monte Cristo here, we batter the whole thing and deep fry that sucker. Oh man, it's so good. Hey, we can deep fry anything from Twinkies to bacon to beer to sandwich. Okay. So here's your croque monsieur on the left top. Okay, this is what a croque monsieur looks like. Okay, and the bottom right is the croque madame with the egg on it, and this also the bottom left. Okay, croque madame. Okay, so croque madame, it's a croque monsieur with a sunny fried egg served on top of it, according to the Petit Robert dictionary. Croque monsieur Sermon, whatever that means, know that there's no mention of a sauce, bechamel otherwise, inside or outside the sandwich, nor is there mention of a chicken meat. Croque madame is a croque monsieur with a sunny side up fried egg served on top of it, according to a Petit Robert dictionary. Okay. What else? Ronald E. Cohen, writing with the United Press in 1974, says croque madame is an open-faced sandwich with cheese sauce on top of ham. Croque madame for each sandwich, a long slice of French bread and a half hero roll. Dry the bread out of the oven for about 350 degrees for about 2 minutes. Remove the bread and place moderately a thick piece of boiled baked ham on it. Spread the cheese topping over the ham. Mom can do this and leave it on the refrigerator. The ingredients for this cheese toppings are 1 cup of grated Swiss cheese, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon flour, 1/3 cup of beer. Yeah, don't forget about beer. Anyways, precious little beer. It cannot be tasted for the sandwich. And the French kids have been eating this for decades with no visible side effects. No, they don't get drunk because the beer is cooked off. Okay. But it makes you nervous. Milk is acceptable too. Mix the topping thoroughly. Sprinkle in a touch of fresh ground pepper and a pinch of Tabasco sauce. After spreading the ham, brown it for about 15-20 minutes in a 450-degree oven. Another popular American variant is a croque madame, defined as a croque monsieur, but with a slice of chicken instead of a ham. Okay. So, and finally, another American variant defines as a cooked croque monsieur that is topped with a mornay or bechamel sauce. There are battles of this camp broiler and then topped with a fried egg. Some with this kind of sneak-in sauce inside the sandwich as well. The confusion, though, seems to legally confined to America. The French still seem to know exactly what croque madame is. Okay, so again, a lot of confusion about the croque madame or the croque monsieur. And then you got your BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Okay. Ingredients of the classic BLT existed for years. Despite this, there's little evidence to prove that a sandwich was available before 1900s. Looking back, one of the earliest mentions of the sandwich was in 1903, Good Housekeeping Everyday Cookbook, where a club sandwich included bacon, lettuce, tomato, along with mayonnaise and slice of turkey. However, it was unclear when people started abbreviating the bacon, lettuce, and tomato to BLT. Okay? Sandwich grew in fame and was popularized after World War II, following the expansion of supermarkets that made ingredients available year-round. In 1958, Hellmann's Mayonnaise advertised a product as traditionally on bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches, suggesting that perhaps it could have been the case that when people were taking orders, to save time, the server simply wrote BLT in their chicken scratch. Today, the BLT is seen as one of the quickest and tastiest sandwiches to put together and can be found in menus across the world. Anywhere you can order BLT. Okay? So your menu for Thursday, it is a BLT. Okay? On a baguette if you have one, and not, on a some of your milk bread or white bread you're going to be making. Okay, so on a white bread you're going to make the BLT bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Okay, you're also going to make a croque monsieur and a croque madame, both. Okay, so both. This is what the BLT looks like on top left. Croque madame is the middle with a sunny side up egg on top, and the croque monsieur is on the right hand side with the bechamel. Okay, let me pop in on the know-how how to do the croque monsieur. Okay, by our friend Bruno Albuzzi. Where did he go? Okay, really. I'll put the link on the chat. Okay. This guy is very, how would you say it? Kind of funny. Okay. Here we go. Croque Monsieur.
Or crispy Mister appeared on Parisian coffee menus in 1910. The croque monsieur is a grilled ham and cheese sandwich topped with bechamel. A croque madame is nothing more than a croque monsieur with a fried egg on top. When I was a child, when my mom would make croque monsieur for the whole family, it was always a blast. But what I remember most, oh, the smell. Croque monsieur can be made with white bread and meat, whole wheat bread, cereal bread, rustic bread, and brioche and challah bread for those who like it a bit sweeter. That's totally up to you. For personal taste, I'm not a fan of sweet and savory sandwiches. That's why I choose this fantastic alternative using my own whole wheat bread loaf. You will find the recipe and video on my website www.brunoskitchen.net. But for now, let me show you how to make the perfect bechamel, and even better, a mornay, which is a bechamel sauce with cheese.
You guys do remember bechamel from last block, right? The butter, the flour, making the roux, the milk, and the onion piqué, right? You're going to turn that into a mornay sauce. Okay. All right.
Cheese. Melt butter in a heavy-bottomed saucepan. Mix in the flour and cook, whisking constantly until the paste cooks and bubbles a bit, but don't let it brown. About a minute. Then add the lukewarm milk, continuing to whisk as the sauce thickens, and bring it to a boil and cook for 2 minutes, whisking swiftly on medium-high heat. Then remove from heat and add some cream. Then add egg yolks and cheeses as Gruyere, Parmigiano, and season with salt, pepper, nutmeg to taste, and add a pinch of cayenne or chili pepper. Cover with a film in contact to prevent the skin from forming, and let cool completely before using. Dude, this is what I am talking about. As mentioned earlier, many bread can indeed be used to make sandwiches, but a good compromise would be using this great whole wheat pain de mie. You won't be disappointed. It is the perfect match for an excellent croque monsieur. And of course, save bread trimmings for your next boiled eggs, croutons, and bread pudding. Guess what? I am going to toast these bad boys and see what does it look like. Here we go. Croque monsieur assemblé. Dot toasted bread with mornay sauce. Add a slice of cheese and a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, optional though, and cover with ham. Then add a second layer of cheese. Coat the second slice of bread with mornay sauce. Flip over the ham to seal the sandwich. Cover generously each sandwich with more sauce and top with shredded Gruyere and Parmigiano. Bake these gorgeous croque monsieur at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, 230 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes and finish under the broiler. For the croque madame, fry an egg, and to make it round, use a greased pastry or English muffin ring, seasoned with fleur de sel, pepper, paprika, or cayenne, or both. To get this full recipe, go to brunoskitchen.net. Thank you again for watching, and please subscribe, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest.
Croque Madame. Bechamel, you're going to turn it into a Mornay sauce. Okay. You're going to toast the bread first, right? You're going to go ahead and put some the cheese, the ham, the cheese, and then put some more of the Mornay sauce, and then top the bread with Mornay sauce and bake it in the oven. And then one is with no egg and one is with egg. That's the difference between croque madame and croque monsieur. Okay, that is on Thursday's menu. Any thoughts about Thursday? Where did he go? No thoughts on Thursday's menu? None? No questions? Nada? Zit? Nilch? Niet? All right, Thursday's menu, sandwiches. Sandwiches. Now let's go to egg cookery. Friday. Let's go take a look at Friday. What's happening Friday, okay? That was already done. Okay. That's day 25. Friday, we began with egg cookery. Egg, eggs, and more eggs. Okay, more eggs. We're gonna be cooking all kinds of eggs. Okay, we may even throw some migas or some what else? Some huevos rancheros or whatever eggs you want to make on that day. Okay, Friday. So Friday is egg cookery. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening. Okay, on Friday. Intro to egg cookery. What is inside that shell? Calcium carbonated. Protects from microbes, retains moisture, protects eggs during handling and transport. You also got the yolk. The yolk. The yolk is yellow, is about 1/3 of the weight, 3/4 of the calories, minerals, vitamins, and fat and protein. You got the white, albumin, more than half of the protein. What about that squiggly thing, right? You see that squiggly thing of an egg? It's called a chalazi. It's the cords chalazi cords are thick, twisted strands of egg white that hold the yolk in place. More prominent, freshness. No interference with cooking, it whips up just fine. Some chefs are very particular, they want to get rid of that squiggly thing, they take it off. Don't even bother, okay? It's just egg white that's hold the egg yolk in place, okay? Remember that, chalazi, okay? Grades of eggs, quality, not size. Grades of eggs, we got double A, doesn't spread. Compact when open, firm, clear white, yolk is center, round and high. A spreads a bit when open. Clear, fairly firm white, yolk is high, nearly free of from defects. B, clear but watery white, enlarged but flattened yolk with slight defects. So those are your grades of eggs, okay? Double A, and B. So when you go to the store, take a look at the grades of eggs. What about the shell condition? Should always be unbroken, right? You go to the store, and when you buy eggs, you open another carton of eggs, see what it is, and close it, put it back, or you just grab it and go. How do you guys buy eggs? Just like that, just grab and go? Always open it at the store. Grab the dozen of eggs, open it, and make sure none of them are broken. You don't want to be carrying that broken egg in the carton and your grocery bag in your car, and then come home and you got half of them broken already. Okay, so always inspect them at the store and put the ones that are broken on the side, and then pick the ones that are not broken. Okay, so your eggs should always be unbroken. Don't buy broken eggs. It's again salmonella. They can leak all over the place. Do not use cracked eggs. Throw them away. Never ever use cracked eggs. Okay. Other than for gluing your grandmother's broken china teacup back together. That's what they're good for. Other than that, not for cooking, not for consumption. Okay. And again, because salmonella, contamination. Okay. Size matters depending on the use. Chicken eggs range in size from jumbo to peewee. Okay. Don't always assume one egg weighs 28 grams. Eggs are all different in size, different in weight. Chickens are not the same. They don't make the same eggs perfectly with each other, okay? Large eggs are the standard mostly used kitchens. Smaller are cheaper. Smaller but not equal amount called in for a recipe, especially in baking. So that's why a lot of recipes, if you notice, they had the amount of grams in eggs, right? Because again, all eggs are different shapes, different weights. Some of them weigh between 4 to 2 grams, like you see on the picture on the right-hand side, to 56, 63 grams, 63 grams, 70 grams. Not all the same, okay? You got small eggs, maybe about 53 grams, medium between 53 and 63, large between 63 and 73 grams, extra large, 73 grams and over. And here are your different types of eggs: turkey eggs, chicken eggs, quail, goose, pheasant, pigeon, and or duck. Okay, minus the ostrich. That's what you don't see here. Okay. Storage of eggs, improper handling equals loss of quality. Store below 45 degrees. Okay. One day at room temperature ages more than a week in the fridge. Okay. So again, one egg at room temperature, it ages more than a week, then you will put them in the fridge. Cases last 4 to 5 weeks past pack date if they're sitting at 36 degrees. So if you bought a dozen of eggs and your fridge is sitting at about 36 degrees, they can last more than 4 to 5 weeks. Okay. Old eggs are not good for fried and or poached. Great for hard-boiled eggs, easy to peel. So if you're having a hard time peeling your eggs, maybe they're too young. Okay, older eggs are easier to peel. Hard-boiled, use within about a week. So if you hard-boiled an egg, use it within 7 days. Okay. Other forms of eggs, you got liquid, pasteurized, whole, whites, yolks, frozen and refrigerated, and dried eggs. Okay. Commercial baking, military uses, use them a lot. Egg substitutes, soy or milk proteins, no egg. Do not substitute an egg for bacon. If it calls for fresh eggs, do not use pasteurized eggs because they don't have the amount of protein you need for that egg to be binded, okay? Your menu on Friday. You are doing fried eggs. Top left picture of a fried egg is the golden brown crust on the edge, okay? Lightly golden brown crust. Let me zoom in a little bit here, okay? This is what we're looking for right here. Golden brown edge on the egg. That is a fried egg. You're doing a sunny side up egg, that's the one below it. There's no golden edges, golden color edges on the fried egg. The egg white is cooked around the egg yolk, okay? You're doing over easy as well too. Over easy is the one on the top right hand corner, the first one, okay? That's over easy. That's when you flip it once, becomes over easy. Over medium is the one next to it on the top right hand corner. When you flip it, you let it cook for a few more minutes on that side. And over hard, you flip it and you let it cook a little bit longer until the egg yolk cooks almost all the way through, okay? You're also doing a poached egg down here at the bottom. Okay, that is a poached egg. Poached egg, I think the recipe's on your portal. We'll take a look at the recipes. Poached egg is slow simmer water with white distilled vinegar in it. The vinegar acts like a chemical, it has a chemical reaction with the protein of the egg white it coagulates it. Okay, you're gonna drop an egg into just plain boiled water. It's gonna break apart like confetti. That chemical reaction with the vinegar and hot water, it makes the egg coagulate and keeps it in shape. It doesn't flow around and breaks into pieces. You're also gonna make a shirred egg. Do you guys know what a shirred egg is? It's a baked egg. You put it in the grease little souffle cup, pop the egg, put it in the oven, bake it off. That is it. It's just a fancy name, shirred egg. Like what? The first time I came across, I'm like, what the is that? What is it? A shirred egg? I went back to ask. I'm like, dude, it's just a baked egg. Just put it in the ramekin, throw it in the oven, it's done. I'm like, all right, shirred egg. So that's your menu for on Friday. Eggs, and more eggs. Okay, eggs and more eggs. And then Tuesday, the following week, guess what? More eggs. Okay. Let's take a look at some eggs. There we go. How to cook eggs in 6 different ways. Okay.
Oh, just one.
Jake from State Farm, that Maya markdown saved me so much on my insurance.
Maya, everyone gets surprisingly great rates with State Farm.
How can I ever?
Speaking of 6 ways you can cook an egg, how many ways can you cook an egg? Nobody knows.
Over easy, boiled, scrambled, sunny side.
Right. What's the number of ways you can cook an egg? How many number of ways you can cook an egg? I'm just going to show you here 6.
I'm gonna guess 12.
Now you're way low. Way low. Way low.
47.
You're halfway there. Halfway there.
80 something.
Warm but no cigar. You're warm but no cigar. So hold on, okay? Hold on to that thought, okay? Hold on. I'm going to show you. Okay. So there's literally 101 ways you can cook an egg. Because the original chef hat has 101 pleats around it. Okay, each pleat resembles how many ways you can cook an egg. Okay, the original chef hat.
Who decided that?
I have no clue. That was a Gustave Escoffier back in the 1800s. 101 ways, and that's what they designed the old chef hats. Okay, this is an old chef hat that I have. I got a couple that I used to. So this is what I used to wear when I was in the kitchens. Okay, regular disposable chef's hats. 101 pleats means 101 ways you can cook an egg. Okay, so 101 ways you can cook an egg. That's why chef's hats have 101 pleats. Okay, these ones don't. These do. So here's 6 ways you can cook an egg. Only 6 ways. See, white wine vinegar, this is poached egg. But the water is going too fast. You need to go gently, nice and slow. And And when you cut the egg in the middle, cut the egg white around the egg yolk is supposed to be cooked all the way through. If it's still watery and clear, you got to do it over again, okay? I like that idea too. Isn't that cool? Crispy poached egg. Soft boil. Medium boil. Scrambled egg needs to be creamy, not crispy, not burnt, okay? Creamy, but not runny. A little bit too underdone in that one. And that is your fried egg, okay? So 6 different ways to fry an egg. So again, your menu for Friday, you do an egg cookery. Fried eggs, sunny side up, over easy, over medium, over hard, and poached, okay? Poached, they don't have the hard boil here. When you do hard boiled eggs, you saw the times, right? 7 minutes, 6 minutes, right? That is not true, because when you have a boiling water, your eggs are sitting in your refrigerator overnight. That egg's going to take a little bit longer to get to the hard boiled stage in the boiling water, more than 7 minutes. I think the average time is about between 13 and 15 minutes for a hard boiled egg from the refrigerator to the boiling water. To boil for about 13 to 15 minutes for a hard boiled egg. So that's when we do soft boiled eggs. We do 2 or 3 at a time. And we 7 minutes, take one out and test it, see how it is. If it's done, take the rest out. If not, leave it a little bit longer and take the second one out. If it's done, take it both out and not leave it longer until the third one is out. For the hard boiled egg, the same way. We drop 3 eggs, okay, in the hard boiling water. And at the 12-minute mark, we'll take one out, see how it is. If not, we'll leave the other one 30 minutes, and then the third one comes out at 15 minutes. So 13 to 15 minutes is the average time to do a hard-boiled egg. To do it perfectly, because if it's too hard-boiled, what happens is the outside of the egg yolk turns gray or green. That is way overcooked, more than hard-boiled egg. So when you see a lot of people hard-boiled eggs, and then when you remove the egg yolk, it's grayish or green on the outside, it's way overcooked beyond hard-boiled egg. You left it for 20, 30 minutes, okay? So hard-boiled egg has no grayish or green on the outside. And you're gonna be doing some hard-boiled eggs for the previous day or tomorrow for your deviled eggs. Yeah, deviled eggs with bacon. So remember that. It's about 13 to 15 minutes for those eggs to cook in the boiling water, so the yolks don't come out grayish or green on the outside. So that's what we have on Friday's menu. Okay, that's Friday's menu. Any questions about Friday's menu? We're gonna practice some omelets too, because they're coming around the block. Around the corner on Tuesday next week. Okay, I'm gonna go over Tuesday's slide, so you guys can know what's happening on Tuesday next week. Give you a heads up. So we are on breakfast cookery. Okay. So Tuesday, we're going into breakfast cookery day 2. Okay, more eggs. And again, 101 ways you can cook an egg. Okay, pleats of a hat. Okay, 101 ways. Some more eggs on Friday. Okay, like here in the bottom left, you got eggs Benedict, but you got hollandaise, right? What's hollandaise? Eggs, right? Pretty much. Almost like scrambled eggs. You got butter and eggs, right? Same thing. Shirred eggs, okay? This one here on the little nice little silver dish, ceramic dish, that is a coddled egg, okay? So let's take a look at more eggs on next week coming up, okay? And again, shirred eggs is just another name for baked. Egg mixture in a butter ramekins. Line partially filled with ingredients. Custard is added. Topped with cheese, herbs, sauce, or cream until the white set. Yolk is soft and creamy. And we know about quiche, right? What is a quiche? It's an egg, right? Baked scrambled egg. It's a baked scrambled egg. A savory custard tart. Tart pan lined with pie dough, pâte brisée. Add garnish flavor ingredients, pre-cooked veggies. Add custard, bake until set, 160 degrees. Browning not necessary to be done. Okay, quiche. We used to make jokes with in the restaurant when somebody used to order quiche or ask what was a quiche of the day. I'm like, it was told the cooks, quiche what? And they'll say quiche my ass. Okay. Anyways, scrambles, right? Sounds easy, but it's not that easy. You're gonna heat the fat in the pan, medium to high heat. Add any additional ingredients. Saute first. Beat the eggs, season, pour into the hot pan. Move custard as it sets. Form small curds. Set with shiny, small, moist curds, not runny. Again, scrambled eggs don't need to be runny. Okay, not runny. We may do that on practice on Friday. Okay. The original of the omelet. A little history of the omelet. From Italy came cheesy pizza. Sushi was born in Japan. You ever wonder who we are breakfast or vegetables rich omelet to? If so, get ready to discover the history of omelets. France, many folklorists quote that the fluff and mystery of the omelet was cracked open in France. Get it, cracked open? Omelette or omelette, attested to the mid-16th century. Variation of the French word omelette. The difference of the first vowel of the two words occurs through the forms of the oath, meaning egg. In fact, the word omelette came from even older forms. The oldest being alamel, that belongs to the 13th century. It means the blade of a knife and is inspired by the flattened shape of the dish. Napoleon Bonaparte, a little short bastard, is believed to have first tasted the omelet. Lucky guy. When Napoleon and his army stopped at an inn near the town of Béziers, the innkeeper served him an omelet in his honor. He loved the meal so much that he asked him to gather all the eggs possible and prepare the biggest egg feast for his army. Traditional Easter omelet is believed to have been inspired by that event. Roman Empire, another claim that on omelets is laid by the Romans who supposedly cooked the first omelet dish. So it had a sweet flavor of honey. An omelet was known for the avamele, egg and honey. Okay. America too has a share of history related to the first preparation of an omelet. Famous Denver omelet started as a Denver sandwich made up of two pieces of toast with an omelet between them. The sandwich grew popular in the 1900s. It was later on when Denver omelet was discovered. Denver omelet consists of cheese, diced hams, mushrooms, onions, and green pepper, also known as a country omelet. Okay. Traditional tale reveals that the Denver omelet was prepared to suppress the stale flavors of eggs brought by the wagon fry. That's why they loaded up with all kinds of ingredients to get away from the stale flavor of the eggs. Okay, so now that we know the history of omelet, try some of these delicious egg preparations from different parts of the world. Tamagoyaki, Japan. Japan prepares its eggs in a rectangular shape that may look difficult, but it is, in fact, easy to prepare. It is made by rolling several layers of thin omelets. Then the whisked eggs also include sugar, water, and rice vinegar in them. When cooked and rolled up, omelet is cut into pieces and enjoyed as a flavorsome dips. In Spain, tortilla de patatas. Omelet is prepared with patatas, mean potatoes, or sliced and sauteed in olive oil, onion, bell pepper, and ginger. Potatoes are then stirred until the beaten eggs and again cooked on both sides. When it is done, it has cooled down. Cake-like omelet is cut into wedges and it is served. It's also called tortilla española. As you slice the potatoes, peel them, slice them, cook them in olive oil, lots of olive oil. Cook the onions with it too, and take them out. Remove the oil. While the onions and potatoes are cooled down, you beat the eggs and mix them with the potatoes and onion mixture, and put the mixture on the omelet pan. Let it cook a little bit, put a lid on it, flip it upside down, and then slide that omelet dish back in the pan. That's tortilla española. You're probably making that in regionals coming up. French omelet from France. French omelet has a reputation for being a gourmet dish in France. Specialists prepare it with clarified butter, cheese, tomatoes, and onions, and are sauteed along with whisked eggs. Usually served with a filling with spinach and ham. Okay, we're going to see that with parsley. You'll see Julia Child use a bunch of parsley in her omelet. So omelets, any time of the day or night. French begins with scrambling, sort of. Constant motion with a spatula or pan. Fold from one end of the pan. Open the handle to deposit on plate. If file, make first cut. Fill on plate. Should be light yellow in color. No browning on the French omelet. No browning. Light pale in color. American omelet. Begin the same way as French style. Constant motion with a spatula and pan. Filling is added before plating. Fold in half in that roll. Slightly brown color, it's okay. American omelet is slightly brown color. Okay. Your menu for the day 25, which is Tuesday next week, consists of a scrambled egg. Top left, bottom left picture is a scrambled egg. Omelet, you're gonna make both. An American omelet, bottom left, with the cheese hanging out of it, nicely golden brown. And also the French omelet, top and middle. See how the middle, it has the parsley embedded in it? You're also gonna make a fruit plate on that day. So French omelet, American omelet, scrambled eggs, and a fruit plate. That's coming up ahead. Again, more eggs, okay? Now let's take a look at French omelet. Two ways, okay?
Look, if I had to judge how good technically a chef is, I probably would ask him to do an omelette. It is difficult to make a real good omelette, and there is different type of omelette. I'm going to show you two type of omelette. A kind of country French omelette, which is basically the way we do it in America, and then a classic French omelette. One is not better than the other. It's just a different technique, a different taste, a different look that you have in it. In the first one, I'm doing an omelette with 4 eggs here. In the first one, salt, that's a pepper. All I'm going to do is to stir it well first and cook it so that I have fairly large curd of eggs and slightly brown all around. The look and the taste that we want to do country-like. A little piece of butter in there. And I have here a beautiful pan, because that pan doesn't have any corner. You see it has a beautiful sway. It's a non-stick pan, so it's ideal. It's an omelette pan, actually. Now notice that my eggs, to start with, I have no pieces of egg white hanging. So it's not like you just stir the egg back and forth. You have to go from one hand to the other to really break it so that you don't have any long piece of egg white. Otherwise, you have those becoming white in the plate, in the skillet as it cooks. So what we do here in the country omelette, let it brown a little bit. See the eggs, the butter here will be brown a little bit, which in the classic omelette I don't want to brown. Clean up your pan good. And here you don't have to worry too much. You move it occasionally to take the large curd like this, and those large curd replace them by liquid. This will be totally different in the classic French omelette, where I move the mixture very, very fast as I.
By the way, you're not supposed to use a fork in the non-stick omelet pan. That's what I'm like, because it'll ruin your pan. It'll scratch it. Spatula, rubber spatula, wooden spoon, but not a fork, okay? But again, he's Jacques Pepin, so he can afford an omelet pan to ruin
I
it.
can to have the smallest possible curd. No browning at all, because the browning will toughen the albumin. I want something very tender and very soft in a classic French omelette. In the country style is different. Now, how long do you cook it? It's entirely up to you. You can have it slightly wet in the center. I like it a bit wet. I would say that here my omelette is still a little bit wet here, which is the way I like it personally. I would probably brown it just a minute or so, then kind of fold it in half like this. I would, at that point, maybe put a little piece of extra butter, if I want, in the bottom here to brown the bottom of my omelette. And now I'm ready to invert the omelette. This way here, you change hand, you grab the handle this way, you bang it a little bit to make it slide to the end, and you turn it upside down. You have a nice, beautifully brown omelette. This is a country omelette, but you can see fairly large curd and all this. One way of doing it. Now for the classic French omelette, the technique is different.
And that's how golden brown your American omelet should look like, all right? But he made a country French omelet, but the color is what we're looking for, the American omelet.
First, clean up your plate, your skillet rather, put it there. I have a great amount of heat on that pan, and this is what I want for an omelette. And as you see, it is a gas stove, and of course the gas is going to be much better than electric because you want to have the flame to go around. And a good stove should give you a great amount of heat for an omelette, as well as a very low setting if you want to simmer something. So there again, I have 4 eggs. In that omelette this time, I put a little bit of chive, actually a classic omelette fines herbes, fine herbs omelette in France. You have chive, parsley, tarragon, and chervil, which is a classic. But this one just a chive omelette. So you can see here that my pan is hot, but I don't want it as hot as the other one. So again, we put it in there. And now, contrary to what I did before, just letting the eggs get into large curd, here with the bowl of the fork, I want to bring this around and stir it as fast as I can. Smallest possible curd, and at the end of it, like now, I want to bring all of the mixture I bring on this side. As you can see, basically everything is there. That is, instead of having one layer, which I roll like a carpet, everything is there. Run my knife around, bring back the lip, and you can see here, I want to have a nice half moon shape. Run this behind to bring back that lip. Hit it there, which you can see, bring it up. Then push it down. You want a nice corner, and you don't even want to brown it further. This is the time between the lip now that you would want to stuff it, if you have some type of stuffing. We change hand again. Bring that this way. Next, bang it to have it to the edge of the pan, then invert it to have An omelette, a classic omelette, which should be white like this or pale yellow, just pointed at the end like this, smooth without any flip. This is what a classic French omelette is. And as you can see, quite different than that. And as I said before, one is not really necessarily better than the other. It's a different technique and a different taste. The curds are going to be much harder here. And if I cut this one open to show it to you, then you will see that the center of that omelette is very creamy and very soft, very nice, which is the way the classic omelette should be.
So that's your French omelet coming up on the next day. Okay. Now let's take a look at another technique by one of my favorite persons. I love her to death, man. She's awesome. She was awesome. Okay.
And then, just
Wait, hold on. Let me go back. So Jacques Pepin used the fork. You can use chopsticks on this technique.
the whites and the yolks, you don't really beat them. So there's your omelet mixture ready. And now you have your pan over high heat. Then you want a good tablespoon of butter. And then you tilt the pan and let the butter go all the way around the edges of the bottom. And then the pan has to be very hot. You put this over highest heat. And then, just before the butter begins to brown, in go the eggs. And you should hear them sizzle as they hit the pan, and then you wait for a moment. And you grab the pan and just begin swirling it flat around the heat, and then gradually jerking it towards you. There's your omelet turning over on itself, forming itself in the bottom of the pan. Then, done. And you have to flip it over, and you flip it over by turning the pan upside down on the plate. I'm going to do that again, because sometimes that seems to be difficult. There's your omelet in the bottom of the pan. You want to be able to turn it over, because that's not the good side. So you turn your pan around, and there is your pan with the thumb on top, so you can grab it, turn the pan over. You have a hot plate here, and then lip of pan just off center. Over she goes. And then if it hasn't formed up quite properly, take 2 forks and just push it together. Well, this is having been twice unmolded. It's overcooked itself a little bit. So that's then you put a little butter on the top to make it shiny, and then to dress it up a little bit, just a little bit of parsley. And there you are, and that's all there is to it. I'm going to cut that open again so you can see how it looks. But in France, they cause the omelets being very tender, and the eggs just coagulated. They're supposed to be in what they call an omelette baveuse, or salivating practically. But that is certainly wonderfully quick and easy to do. And now there are other ways to make omelets besides the shaken one like this. There is sort of what they call in France an omelette ménagère, which you put the eggs in the pan and then you bring them around to the center. And it takes a rather long time to do. It makes a rather leathery omelet, I think. Another way, which is a good way, is what I call a scrambled omelet, in which you use the back of a fork. It's always getting your butter very hot. And in go the eggs. And when you take a fork with the back of it, with one hand, you shake the pan, and with the other, you scramble the eggs, tilting the pan and getting the eggs down to the edge of the pan. And then again, over she goes. A bit messy. If no one's watching, you're going to take the sides of your hands and push it together.
There she goes with her parsley.
Voila.
Jesus Christ.
Omelet is done But I think the shaking is more fun. You have to, it takes a little bit of practice, and I think a good way to practice is by using some beans, and I'll show you how this works. This is rather silly, but it does work. Here, your first movement is just a flat sort of moving around so that you get the eggs to coagulate. And then you begin jerking it towards yourself like this. You can see what's happening to the beans. They're turning over. Then there's your I should unmold that omelet. But I think that's a good way to get the technique of this. Wow.
Anyways, that's coming up ahead next week. Omelets and more omelets. Any thoughts so far on the omelets? Egg cookery, right? Egg cookery. All right, let's go over and talk about what's coming up on the practical. Okay. There we go. All right. This is your practical next week, the last day, okay? Your menu from the practical consists of a brunch dish, okay? Close this right here, okay? Come on, really? All right, whatever. So practical day, Friday next week, okay? You're gonna make a brunch platter with the items you'll be working with, okay? You're gonna be using your breakfast sausage patties, your Italian sausage, crostinis, pancakes, scones, gravlax, a fruit or fruit plate, and a French omelette, okay? You're gonna make a brunch display, okay? A brunch display. If you got a square cutting board, you may set it on top, but you gotta execute it properly. You gotta garnish it, execute it. You gotta lay everything on. Don't just throw everything on the platter, okay? Don't just throw everything on the cutting board or on the countertop or on the plate. You gotta arrange it strategically, okay? So you're gonna make a brunch platter on your practical, okay? Let me see what it is. So this is your grading rubrics. Uniform is 20 points. Your chef's coat, your hat. Your camera needs to be on, 20 points. Okay. Pancakes, fluffy and golden brown, 10 points. Breakfast sausage, golden brown, 10 points. Scones, properly shaped, big, right, and fluffy, 10 points. Okay, and your fruit plate, the fruit cut and peeled, arrangement of plating of the fruit on the plate is 10 points. And then, let me go back, a little bit down. And your country omelet, like you saw, pretty much your Denver omelet, is worth 10 points. Total score for this is 100 points, okay? 10 extra points if you do an awesome display and execution of your brunch platter menu. So 10 extra points, guys, okay? 10 extra points. And there is a slot on the whatchamacallit, on the grade rubrics on the course for the additional 10 extra points. I haven't opened it yet, but I will open it next week. So you get 100 points and 10 extra points for the beautiful execution of your brunch platter, okay? Your menu, according to the portal, it says pancakes, scones, breakfast sausages, fruit, and a country omelet, okay? So this is what your menu says. The pancakes need to be nice and fluffy, thick and big, golden brown, properly shaped, okay? Your sausage patties, nice and sear brown, not burnt or undercooked. Your scones, properly shaped and nice and baked and fluffy. Your fruit needs to be arranged on the board, okay? And also your country omelet needs to be separate. It can be on the board, but can also be separate. That's the only one that can be separate, okay? And again, we're looking for a breakfast brunch platter, I couldn't find any one that resemble all the ingredients on your menu. But you have pancakes, your sausages, crostinis, your scones, gravlax, fruit plate, and French omelet. That's why you're going to use some of the gravlax tomorrow. You're going to save the rest for your practical next week. We are definitely going to make some pancakes. We're definitely going to make some scones coming up. More baking, but it's shortbread. It's not yeasty bread though. Okay. And we're going to go into breakfast cookery Friday and Tuesday next week. So that is your practical for this block. Again, it's 20% of your overall grade. 20%. It is your brunch practical. I'm going to be making one too. I want to have some fun. So when you guys are making yours, I'll be making mine too here at the house with all the ingredients that we're making all the way through. Okay. So think about your items. Think about your presentation. Think about how you're going to put them together, how you're going to execute them. What are you going to do to make that platter stand out and be brunch? Okay. How are you going to present that platter? Okay. Again, it doesn't have to be fancy on a silver platter, but if you have a nice big wooden cutting board, try to fit them all in a cutting board, except the French omelet. The French omelet needs to be plated on a silver plate. But again, your pancakes, like I said, it's a brunch plate. It's a brunch display. Okay. So like you see in the picture, you have your jams, right? You have your little jam containers. What else? Some fruit. But again, peel and cut the fruit. Don't just throw berries on the platter. Okay. Get some apples, get some oranges, peel it, make a little swan out of the apple, whatever you want to do with it. Maybe I'll grab an apple from the store and show you how to make a swan out of a Granny Smith apple. So you can put it as the centerpiece of your platter. Okay. I'll do that tomorrow maybe. I gotta go to the store today and buy a couple of items, or tomorrow. So I'll go to the store and buy those items and show you guys how to make a swan, 2 different types. No, 1 type. Okay, 1 type out of a Granny Smith apples you can use as your centerpiece. Again, this needs to blow somebody's mind. Okay, don't just throw food on the plate and call it a day. Don't just show me a picture on your countertop with the food on it. No, it needs to be presented on a platter. It needs to be height. It needs to be executed. It needs to be all those things. Okay. Again, we don't want no, like last block, we don't want to see no prison food or slop on no platter. Okay. Make sure you present it nice and beautiful. And again, this is the grade rubrics for your practical. I got mixed up here, but anyway, so it's worth 20 points of your grade. Okay. And you get 10 extra points for execution of your menu. Okay. So that's what's coming up next Friday, end of the block. This is your practical. That's what you've been doing, the breakfast sausage. That's what you're frozen. You're going to say some of the gravlax, say some of the berry jams too, and use them for this day. Okay. It's not that hard. It's real easy. It's a lot easier than last block. Any comments, any questions about what's coming up on your practical? Any thoughts so far? Easy does it, right? All right, let's take a look at the shopping list for today. I know some of you guys already went shopping for the week, but let's take a look, see what it has on it. Okay. Come on. So we're now week 5. Okay. Bacon, ham. Bacon is for your deviled eggs. Ham is for your croque monsieur, croque madame. Milk, 3 quarts for your bechamel. I need 1 quart, not 3 quarts. Eggs. I don't think you need 3 dozen. Okay. Butter, maybe a pound. Cream cheese, sour cream, cheddar cheese for your pimento cheese, Gruyere cheese for your for your croque monsieur, Parmesan cheese, goat cheese, tomatoes, avocado, lettuce. Lettuce for what? Oh, for your sandwiches. BLT. Okay. Yellow onion, button mushrooms, parsley, shallots, lemon, cucumber, fresh dill, green onions, red bell pepper, red onions, onions, garlic, and strawberries. Grapes for your fruit plate. Melon, pineapple for your fruit plate. Okay. Dry ingredients, non-fat milk powder. You should have some left over from last week for your milk bread. Vegetable shortening, you should have some from last week too. Honey, mustard powder, should have some left over probably from week 4. Granulated sugar, AP flour, cayenne pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, bread flour, instant yeast, sun-dried tomatoes, turmeric, olive oil, salt, white wine vinegar. Okay, that is on your shopping list. Let's take a look, see what's coming up on your recipes. Okay. So day 20, you're making the caper aioli. Okay. Let me see if I can zoom in real quick. Caper aioli, you need egg yolks, garlic, lemon juice, oil, salt, and pepper. Benedictine, that's your watercress cucumber cheese, cream cheese sandwich. Cream cheese, English cucumber, green onions, dill, kosher salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper. If you can't find fresh dill, dry dill works too. You should have some from the should have leftover from your salmon, your goblikes. Okay. Pimento cheese, you need shredded cheese, cheddar cheese, bell peppers, mayonnaise, onion powder, garlic powder, turmeric ground, salt, and pepper. You should have some of these ingredients from all the branding we did last week. Okay. And they're all these are on the shopping list too. Let's take a look at deviled eggs, of course, eggs. Okay. Blinis, the only thing that I didn't see on your dry list of shopping list was your buckwheat flour. Okay. I didn't see that on the shopping list. You might want to add it to it.
I looked for that flour and I could not find any. So what would the substitute be?
What did you look at? HEB?
Yes.
Okay. So the best, the next best option to substitute it would be whole wheat flour.
Okay.
Whole wheat flour will be nice stuff for that. Sugar, baking powder, baking soda, lukewarm milk, buckwheat flour. Again, if you can find it, use whole wheat flour, salt, butter, and eggs. Okay. You have all these, but again, wheat flour, buckwheat flour is not on the shopping list. And according to Ms. Tessa, you can't find it in the store either. Okay. And you should have your baguette, and you should have your ricotta, lemons. You should also have your gravlax from last week. Actually, a couple of days ago. Okay. What else? Let's take a look at Wednesday. Okay. Again, don't worry about the watercress. Okay. For the Benedictine sandwich. Okay. Again, same ingredients, okay? What else? Pimento cheese, you saw that. White bread, flour, bread flour, yeast, water, okay? Goat cheese, sun tomatoes. Sun tomatoes, I didn't see on the list.
They're on the list.
Okay. And then you got the croque monsieur, croque madame, okay? There we go. Butter, flour, milk, Gruyere, Parmesan, white bread, which you guys were going to make. Ham was on the list. Gruyere is on the list. Dijon mustard on the list. Eggs and peppers on the list too, okay? And again, croque madame is just an egg on top, okay? And of course, egg cookery. Eggs and more eggs, okay? Eggs and more eggs and butter. So that's your shopping list. And again for the French omelet, more eggs. American omelet, more eggs. So probably do them on this day too. We'll probably just grab them on both days. We'll see. We'll practice, okay? So eggs, that is your shopping list. Yeah, go ahead, Miss Tessa.
The white vinegar for the poached eggs isn't on the shopping list, but I think it was on a past one and we didn't use all of it.
So if you have the white distilled vinegar, keep it. If you don't have it, put it on your list because you need it for the poached eggs. Okay. So that's your shopping list for this week. That's all your recipes. And again, you're going to need a lot of eggs coming up on Friday and Tuesday. Okay, fried eggs. So when you do fried eggs on this day, 2 eggs for the fried egg. Sunny side up, 1 egg. Over medium, 1 egg. Over hard, 1 egg. Poached, 1 egg. Short, 1 egg. Only fried eggs are 2 for the recipe because you can't do scrambled eggs with 1 egg. Okay, so 2 eggs. Any comments? Any questions so far about your recipes, your menus, your your shopping list, about what's coming up, about your practical next week? What about your your quizzes? How's everybody doing their quizzes? You good, Miss Tessa? Who else is good?
I finished mine. She hasn't started.
I'm gonna do those today, Chef. Shut
All
up.
right, let's see who's on another list. I know Taylor, naughty list. You, rebel without a pause. Let's go see who's missing the quiz besides Taylor. Right, Taylor? Got it, Taylor? So quizzes. Let me pull them up real quick right now. Okay. Taylor. Jaden. Oh, Jaden. Looks like Taylor and Jaden are competing against each other. Let's see who does them first, okay? Come on, it's 10 extra points. You can't miss those. You got to take them, right? Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
She
Right.
said she's gonna do them right now.
I'm doing them right now.
So just two, everybody's pretty much on the clear as far as the quizzes. Just Taylor and Jaden on the quizzes, okay? The rest are good to go. Miss Kayla, Miss Rayla, Miss Ashmani, Hunter, Lanaya, Tessa, and then Bree. You're all good to go on the quizzes. Just Taylor. See my eyebrow? Taylor. Any comments, any questions, any concerns?